riding on the absolute high of our previous week in the Kai Islands, we sailed west in search of Banda. There's just something about an isolated island that captures my imagination. The Banda Islands are a place of legend, where traditional ships still sail past live volcanoes to a forgotten island that once changed the world. But this place can't truly be appreciated without first flipping open a history book. Here's a 30-second recap of the Banda Islands. Firstly, it's important to understand that back in the 16th century, spices were important and super valuable. But there was one spice that was so rare that European nations sailed the world in search of it. And of course, their voyages led them here, to the Spice Islands, which held the only nutmeg plants in the world. At this time in history, nutmeg was worth much more than its weight in gold, and the Dutch discoverers that found these islands were willing to go to extreme measures to protect their monopoly on nutmeg. They even slaughtered thousands of the island's inhabitants to gain control of these islands. It might seem a little ridiculous to us now, but the British went to war with the Dutch over nutmeg, and even captured one of the 6 islands in the archipelago. Interestingly enough, in 1667, the warring nations agreed to a peace treaty where the British agreed to exchange Ruin Island for a small Dutch island in North America called Manhattan, or more commonly referred to as New York. Reminders of Banda's vibrant history are seen everywhere through these islands, from the 2 forts that sit in the middle of the town. Even pulling up the tender had us tying off to a 16th century cannon the moment we came ashore. But with the history well behind us now, we were here for much different purposes, and after a welcoming ceremony from the village, we were invited to take part in a traditional canoe race. Looking very cool there. We are flying.
You are too strong.
Snapped his paddle in half. So the end result was a very close second place to a boat that had a little bit of a head start, I think.
I think you had a bit of a head start, yeah.
Today we're going for our very first official dive of the trip. We went for a quick one the other day just to test out our gear and make sure our regs are working and all that kind of stuff. But we've made it to Banda, and the diving's meant to be amazing here, so we've actually hired a private boat. We paid him $2.5 million for the day, and he's going to take us to Hatta Island, which is about an hour away, and it's meant to be one of the best dive sites. I'm going to be bringing this bad boy, my big underwater housing. It's given me a lot of grief in the last couple days because all the buttons on the back have stopped working, but I'm going to try to take it under and see if we can get something out of it today. So we haven't actually seen the boat that's taking us diving today yet, so it's going to be a mystery to what shows up. It could be a little canoe, or it could be a big diving boat, we'll see.
Or a ghillie boat.
A ghillie boat. So the trip to Hatta Island took about an hour from our anchorage. I'm not going to lie, the trip was pretty rough getting there, but as soon as we were protected by Hatta Island, it was pretty comfortable. came ashore Hatter Island for our surface interval. We just finished our first dive on that side of the island. There's a big wall dropping down to like 40 meters. We dove to about 25. Really nice dive, beautiful coral, a lot of fish, nothing too big. But now we have our second dive, which we're gonna go and do shortly. So I just got back from our day diving on Hatter, and I'm actually going to go for another dive because I picked up myself a job. One of the yachts in the rally, so they need the bottom of their boat scrubbed.
How?
Need their hull scrubbed, and I put my hand up and I'm going to be earning myself a cool little mill. But with our time in the Banda Islands coming to an end, there was one last thing we had to do, and it had been staring us in the face all week. So today we've come ashore Gunung Api, which is the small island with the big volcano on it. We're going to try a hike to the top. We've heard it's very difficult and that we're guaranteed to fall at least a few times. We've been given walking sticks, which I've never used before, so we're going to figure those out. So apparently you can pay 100,000 for a guide to the top, or you can just do it yourself. The path is pretty clearly marked, so once you get to this point, you just follow it all the way up.
So I'm not sure how often this is watched, but definitely recommend bringing your own sticks just so you can like combat the little spiders that you see.
So Trish.
Absolutely not. This is you. You are the Australian. This thing will destroy me, Thomas. Half my stuff. No, don't do it with me here. Ah, why are you using my stick?
Come on, buddy. Off you go. Okay, it's still kind of attached to your stick, but here you go.
Ah!
This path is getting pretty gnarly. We must be getting near the top. Alright, we made it to the top. It was a really steep climb and the rocks just kind of fall out under your feet. It's very difficult climbing, but it took us about 2 hours. We made it to the top. It's a really nice view. There's all this smoke coming out of the ground everywhere. Going down is the tricky bit though. We've been told to expect to fall down a lot. Alright, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you like this video, please let me know by leaving a like or hitting subscribe. I put a lot of work into this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.